Alright, hello everybody. I'm gonna recap the movie Antarctic Journal 2005. So, what does it start like and what it is? We start out in Antarctica. We got 7 people, 6 member crew that are only guys, and we got a seventh member, a lady. We will call her the radio lady because she's like a supportive member, way from afar, not in the expedition itself. The 6 guys venture into an expedition in the Antarctica. The goal is what? To reach the most isolated point from civilization in Antarctica. It's called like the hardest accessible pole. It's basically a history thing. You want to reach it to show, like, oh, you did it. You did it. Like those guys who reached the Everest, climbed it, and whatever. So, we got 6 members: the captain Choy, the photographer. We will call him the photographer. We got our main guy. We call him the main guy because he's the main figure, like a simple member, but he will be important later on, so keep it in mind. Next, we got the curly hair guy with curly hair. He's a little bit childish. I don't know what else to call him. And we got 2 more guys that are not that important but still members, so we will call one the scout because he likes to scout everything out, and call the other one medic because he supposedly has knowledge of how to do first aid kits and all that. So the movie starts. We begin our expedition with the western sticks moving with the backpacks with like heavy package loads, very physical work. We're moving slowly in the mountains. What happens? We do a camp. We have a large tent, 6 member crew. Like we walk some kilometers. We do a campsite and report our situation to the 7th member, the radio lady, that we moved here, the coordinates, everything is all right, everybody is not sick and healthy. And we do this all over again. So we just moved 6 member crew over the Antarctic mountains, isolated. Weather is bad, cold, snow is deep. We move. We do camp, report to the lady, everything is all right. And this continues until one member becomes sick. And the member is the medic. He has like some kind of a sickness. Looks like something like you would catch a cold, but it got on his lungs, on his body, everything. So eventually, he could not move anymore. He became too weak, and guess what? The whole member crew decided to leave him behind, as crazy as it sounds. Because at one point, 6 of them walked. There was like snowstorm. All the movie, it was a snowstorm almost. And the captain Choy became angry because the medic said, I cannot walk anymore. So Captain Choy with the other members moved as further as possible away because they don't want to be slowed down. And our main guy, the main guy I told you before, the young guy, was ordered to walk in front of the medic, to not leave him behind. Like slow down from the front members, but not leave behind the medic. So they moved. And the medic just check out. He's okay, he's there behind my back. That's what the main guy is doing. He's checking out. The medic is here, okay, let's continue moving. But at one point, he turned around and the medic was not there. And the captain Choy said, what the hell, man? Where is the medic? You are supposed to look after him. So he said he was right there, but he's not there anymore. What happened? They went looking for them. And what happened? They found a diary of some kind of notebook. And they found out there was a previous group of expedition in here 80 years ago, a British expedition team, also 6 members. So they continue looking for the medic. They find a dead body, an Arctic mummified body, basically, like a corpse. And it was not theirs, it was the British member crew, 1 guy dead. So they looked at it. It looked pretty dead and bad, and they wonder, the same fate probably happened to the medic. So they looked around, They don't see the medic anywhere, the weather is bad, and they decided, let's leave him behind. So from 6-member crew, it became a 5-member crew. And the radio lady in the remote, like not in the expedition, but far away, just supporting them. So the 5 guys continue just moving over the mountains. And some serious psychological stuff begins to happen. Because you can understand, people isolated, far away from civilization. 1 member dead. And everybody's stressed out. Supply is becoming lower a little bit. And they continue doing camp. But one day, one of the guys, the captain, Choy, he took out a microchip from the radio and chewed it in his mouth, destroyed it secretly. So they could no longer call the radio lady and could not get a helicopter to save them. Because Captain Choy was a very rough character person. He wanted to complete this expedition no matter what. Because it was later revealed he had lost his son. The son had committed his end because the father was not spending time with him. So basically, Captain Choy, the father, this expedition for him was like a redeem himself like situation. He wanted to redeem himself. If he finishes this expedition, he basically pays his price and no more guilt for him. So he do whatever it takes to not get a helicopter to save them and to not tell anyone that 1 member died. So they continue moving after camping ends, and they step on a sinkhole, Arctic sinkhole, like the ground breaks down. And the scout falls into the hole. Captain Choy holds a rope just in time to hold the guy. Scout is holding on barely, freezing cold and very scared. So all of the members, 4 members, are holding the rope, and Captain Choy lets the rope loose. So the scout falls into the endless hole to his death. And you look to the side, a freaking avalanche is coming, and woo, they got drowned in the freaking snow because like a huge avalanche from the mountain just arrived, probably because of the screaming, and it just snapped, freaking changed the scene. And now they wake up, they are under the snow, buried deep, like 4 members out of 6 now, excluding the radio woman. So they all become depressed, stressed out, more psychological stuff going on, crazy. And eventually they dig out of the snow, come to the surface. Captain Choy looks around, everybody else looks around, and let's recap who we have alive now. Captain Choy, the curly hair, childish guy. Our main guy, the young guy, who is the main. And we got still alive the photographer. So they have a lot of drama, a lot of depression talk. Everybody's stressed out, but most of the guys are kind of probably too young to really change the captain's mind about moving forward. They all want to move back. But Captain Choy will do whatever it takes to move forward. He don't care that 2 people died. So they continue moving forward. And what happens next? They finally find a remote hut of some kind, a little log house in the Antarctic. And they move in there, but everybody is insane, bonkers. Like at this point, everybody is broken. And the curly hair guy held a secret. He got frostbitten leg, like lower leg. So when you get frostbitten, like very bad there was, the leg has to be amputated. And he held it secret. So everybody's super hallucinating, like psychological insane, like just seeing stuff, hearing stuff, and stressed out, like, oh, what's gonna happen? And arguing with each other. And our photographer moves somewhere, disappears from the log house. So our main guy goes looking out for him and finds another log house, a building. So he moves into the freaking log house, sees the corpses, and guess what? These are the corpses of the British crew that he knows the journal belonged to, the notebook he found later, our main guy. And guess what he finds? He finds our photographer lying on the ground in blood. And the problem is, he had a knife near his hand, and his hand was cut. So our photographer tried committing his own end. Because of the insanity, the stress I told you, the depression, like all psychological factors in here, Antarctica, isolation is crazy. So, the main guy said his goodbyes to the photographer, held him in his hand, and the photographer told him there is no such thing as the pole they are trying to reach, and repeated this until he died. So, the main guy came back to the wooden log house that the rest of the crew were, and he finds a gruesome view. The Captain Choy amputating the leg of the curly guy. So the curly guy is basically dead. Dead. Because he was insane, he could not do anything, like he could not stand up for himself, and his leg was frostbitten. He didn't know what. He's a young guy, and he's just broken psychologically. So our main guy, he sees this, and he does not know about the leg. He just sees that the leg is cut off by Captain Choy. So they go into a fight, a knuckle fight, smack each other in the face, get punched one, get punched other guy. They scream at each other, but eventually our main guy wins the fight against Captain Choy. The rage wins, even though he was younger. He lost his curly guy friend, and he punched Captain Choy until nothing else was left. And they got a snowstorm on top of them, and the wooden house broke down. So, our main guy later woke up, emerged from the snow, and continued moving to the pole because he had nowhere to go. He was alone. So he reached the pole eventually. But what's the point? He reached the pole, he has no radio. He just reached it, like sat down on the snow, saw hallucinations of Captain Choy moving over, saying to him, "You could have stopped me. Why didn't you not stop me?" It's some kind of self-guilt reflection, hallucinations, psychological stuff. And eventually, our main guy froze to death alone. And the movie ends like this, shifting the view to the same location they found the notebook in, the diary of the British crew. So this is like a curse and psychological stuff. It left a message like, who else comes here again, they will find the notebook again. This time it will be the Korean crew, because this crew was Korean. And anybody who reads this and moves forward will end up just like they did. Die everywhere. And the radio girl cannot do anything because she has no feedback. She can't just fly alone somewhere without knowing where they are. So all crew members died. The film was different. Not so much horror, like subtle horror. If you watch long enough, you get immersed in the darkness. There are some subtle scares, like seeing dead people hallucinate, around you. The members you got, left behind. Guilt, self-guilt. Overall, it's a very interesting movie, but I had to, see it one more time to understand what was really happening. So, I recommend it. I give it, a 6 out of 10 because I understand it now. But for overall people, it probably will be like 5 out of 10 because they will not understand what's going on. Psychological stuff, everybody crazy. The curse stuff from the notebook. Crew died, another crew arrived, they died the same way. And another crew will arrive, they will die also. So 6 out of 10, a great movie, but you need to really pay attention and read about it to understand. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.